Hello and welcome to my Axe jungling guide on the Dire side. I found that there are two styles of jungling here on the Dire side that are really fast. You can use these links here to go to the style of jungling you want to see. The first one is pretty much a copy of style number 2 on the Radiant side. I think this is the best way to jungle Axe both on Dire and on Radiant. This is the one I think you should use. It is almost always the fastest here on the Dire side and it's definitely the most reliable. First of all, I've cut down some trees here because then I can rotate between the camps faster and also it can help me to double stack later on. Stand right here and get ready to kill the rune camp as soon as possible. If you're lucky, you will get wolves or satyrs. If you get those, you can actually stack the other two camps by scaling battle hunger a little too, if you want to do that. But I get the golem, so the only thing I can hope for is to stack one more camp after clearing this. Preferably you want to stack the hard camp after this at 53, but if you're too late to stack the hard camp, then you can also stack the medium camp at 55. No matter what creeps you get here in the rune camp, you will have time to stack the medium camp. But I can see here that I have hell bears in the hard camp and I know that these guys are fast and they are melee, so I decided to stack the hard camp anyway. If it had been trolls, I would have played it safe and just stacked the medium camp instead, but I know that I can get away with stacking this hard camp late at 56. Remember to stack with your IT and remember to shift key when you stack. So what I do is I IT the closest creep and then I shift key a move command behind me. Then I get a bunch of satyrs here. I'm not complaining, these guys are easy to kill, they give good experience. But even with some harder creeps, I would still have been able to make it in time to stack the hard camp. As you will see here, I'll just pretty much wait for 20 seconds, just waiting until I can stack it again. I got nothing better to do. So I cut down these trees here, because then later on when the hard camp gets bigger, then there's a higher chance of stacking successfully. It's just one of these little things that you can do when you have nothing to do with your time, when you're just waiting. Here at the 2-minute mark is when I do the tactical suicide, just as I do on Radiant. So I stack first and then I suicide immediately after. So I buy a TP and a stout shield plus whatever else I have money for, self, tango, maybe an outward branch. Or if I'm lucky, I will have enough gold for the ring of protection. As you can see here, I'm literally 1 gold away from being able to buy it. I killed a few creeps in the same instance as I was dying, so I lost a little bit of gold, but on the bright side, I still have enough gold to buy the ring after I respawn. But actually I think I played it safe and just bought an extra healing potion instead of the ring. Maybe that's a mistake, maybe I hadn't decided yet whether I wanted to go for the tranquil boots or something, I think that's the case. So as soon as I respawn I TP to the mid tier 2 tower as fast as possible and then I clear the hard camp stack. The damage you do to the camp just before you suicide, it matters a lot as you can see here, because then it's much easier to clear afterwards. After clearing this stack, then you should stack something else. If you're really fast, you can actually stack both of the medium camps like this. At this point it's definitely worth it to pick up Battle Hunger to stack that one extra camp, because from now on the jungling is gonna be easy. So you shift key stack your IT on the rune camp, then you pick up Battle Hunger, which you use to stack the other medium camp. So now I just clear up these 2 stacks and that's by level 6, that's how fast it is. If you get a bunch of creeps that doesn't give as much experience, or if you were a little too late to stack a camp or something, then you might need to kill the hard camp here also afterwards. Usually that's the case, and if so, you'll get your level 6 at 345 like clockwork. I mean, I've done a lot of Axe jungling both on Dire and Radiant, and I always get my level 6 at 345. It is very consistent. If I'm lucky and I pull off the double stack, it might be 1 camp faster like in this game, or if I fucked up or I got ganked, it might be slower. Regardless, just like on the Radiant, this is stupidly fast, and I don't understand that no one is jungling Axe this way. Maybe people don't know about it, maybe they don't like the tactical suicide aspect of it. Maybe they haven't seen my videos and they didn't figure out themselves that Axe can be this fast. I mean, time and time again I see pro players jungling Axe in tournament games or pub games, and every time the casters are like, oh look at this Axe jungling, level 6 at 6 minutes, that's very good. And I'm like... But anyway, let's look at the second style of jungling. If you just want to know how to jungle Axe like a boss, then close the video right now and try it out for yourself, because I think this style number 1 is better and it's easier. But I have been very thorough when it comes to Axe. I've explored every possibility, and I want to show you guys another beginning to the Axe jungling, which is a bit risky and a bit harder to pull off. You can potentially get 1 more camp by doing this, but it will require you to pick up Battle Hunger on level 2. And then later on you might be in trouble because then you don't have the Berserker's Call, and then you might lose that 1 camp that you were ahead. And I think that's actually the case in this replay. So here in the first camp I hope to get Wolves or Satyrs because that's my level 2 instantly, and then I can pick up Battle Hunger and then I can double stack by using Battle Hunger on the hard camp at 53 and then IT stack the medium camp. But even if you're unlucky, then you'll get one more chance here, because it is actually possible to kill the small centaur here like I'm doing. So you see I'm ITing the small centaur and then I kill it fast, because then that's my level 2, and then I use the battle hunger to stack the hard camp, and then I just have to pull the centaur here in the last second when he's returning to his camp. This looks pretty sexy, but it's not really worth it, because you might fail a stack and then you might get in trouble because you don't have Berserker's Call on level 2. I just wanted to show it to you super greedy people out there, because technically you can get one more camp of value if you do this. When it comes to the items, I get IT, Stout Shield, Brown Boots, Stick. I mean, as soon as you start ganking, you should pick up a stick. And from here you have 3 options. The first option is to go gank right now with your level 6. You'll need somebody else to set up the gank with a stun or something, but it is still a valid option, because this really early Calling Blade can be very good. Tranquil Boots might be nice for the movement speed when you go gank, but you can also just get Brown Boots Stick and then hang on to your money in the hope that this can give you a super fast Blink Dagger. So Brown Boots into Blink if you're ganking is an option. But option number 2, you stay in the jungle and you still want a super fast Blink. In that case, I recommend still Tranquil Boots before the Blink, because you still need some sort of regen when you're jungling. The third option is to get Stick, Ring of Health, and then possibly you want to finish the Vanguard before the Blink Dagger. This is the safer option. But you can also just get the Ring of Health and then blink and then finish your Vanguard. And by the way, the benefit of not having to go for the Tranquil Boots and Axe is that this can allow you to get the travels a lot sooner in the game. And when I say earlier, it's usually something like you get Wand, Vanguard, Blink, and then travels. Maybe you want to get a 4-star or finish your Crimson Guard before the travels, depending on the game. After all of this, you typically go for some more heavy items on Axe, like Shiva's BKB. Even in the very late game, stuff like Curious, Mjolnir, Abyssal Blade is kinda good. Carry Axe, go. And as you can see here in the game, I just stay in the jungle and I'm, level 9 at 7 minutes, and this is very, very good. And also this is technically a 7-minute Blink Dagger actually, because if I just sold the IT, I would have had the Blink here at 7.5 minutes, on top of Tranquil Boots. But I think it's still fine to hold on to your IT a little longer, so I'll get my Blink here at 8.5 minutes, at which point I'm also level 10. And this was done with the second style of jungling, I mean the second opening, but it might as well have been the first one. I mean, there's not so much difference between these two, it depends what opening you go for. And the second one here, potentially you can get one more camp, but the way I see it is like, there's no need to actually go greedy and try to get one more camp. I mean, just play it safe, just do the first one. It's easier, it's more reliable, it's just better. Finally, I am done with Axe and I'm looking forward to move on to other heroes. But it's not often I commit this much time on a single hero, but Axe is just the fast jungler right now. And it's been very interesting for me to just push the limits and see how fast I can get my level 6 and how fast I can get the level 11 and stuff like that. I mean, the level timings I've reached on Axe the last 2 months is literally the fastest in the world, the fastest level timings on any hero. And for those of you who say that Enigma is faster, it's like this. Axe will always get his level 6 at 345. Enigma can get level 6 at 345 if you are lucky with the creeps. And also, Axe has the potential to actually get a level 6 that's faster than 345. You can get it at 316 like I did on the Radiant side, for example. Enigma can never do that. So Axe is a little bit faster than Enigma still. And Axe is more reliable at getting a fast level 6 before the 4-minute mark. But for now, I'm already working on a few other heroes. I got some pretty funny surprises coming up for you guys. Later on, when I start to jungle all of these heroes in real games, I will, of course, return to Axe because he's freaking broken, and hopefully that will be before they nerf him into the ground. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you soon for a new hero, which you would probably never have imagined had some sick jungle potential.
Hello.
Take care, guys.